Hello, welcome to Afway TV. Thank you for stopping by my channel to watch my videos. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button so that you'll be alerted whenever I drop a new video. But if you've been coming here and you have never subscribed, please subscribe so that you'll be officially part of the Afway TV family. Thank you so much for doing this. Guys, today I'm here to talk to you about DV2022, okay? And I've been wanting to talk to you guys about, how the diversity visa issuances have been going, all right? So far, the stuff that I've talked about are mostly targeting the embassies, trying to see how many visas have been issued at these various embassies. But today I'm going to talk about something different. I'm going to talk about the nationalities, okay? Sometimes we get into the pattern of thinking that, okay, if this embassy is, issuing so many visas, it means that it is for the people from that country. But we know that there are a lot of people who may not be residing in their home country. They may not be residing in their country of chargeability, okay? And I know some of you are still concerned because looking at the number of selectees from your country, and then you're seeing that the number of visas that have been issued in my country, looking at the number of selectees, some people, you're looking at those numbers. So today I just wanted to look at the nationalities, because we know there are Kenyans who are not in Kenya. They are attending their interviews in other countries. There are Ghanaians who are not in Ghana, who are attending their interviews in those countries. Okay, so I'm now just looking at the nationalities. And then, so the first thing that we'll talk about will be the top 10 countries. Okay, if you're wondering why you focusing on the top 10, because it sounds good. All right, so I will first talk about the top 10, and then I'll move on to the rest of Africa. Okay, I'll talk more about Africa here. All right, so the top 10 countries or nationalities who have been issued the diversity visas. Okay, and when I say the top nationalities, there are people who were born in these countries or people who have been charged to these countries. If you want to know your chargeability, look at your first notification letter. There are some people who may not be from one country, but because they have spouses there or their parents are from a different country, they're able to use a different chargeability. So somebody may have been charged to Ghana, but may not have been born in Ghana. Okay, so that is how the chargeability works. So, but without going into different variations, like how many of those people were actually born in that country, that I cannot determine. But let's go straight into it for the top nationalities who have been issued visas first, the top 10. All right, the first one is Morocco. They are leading worldwide with a total of 1,443 visas. 1,443 visas have been issued to Moroccans, whether Moroccans in their home country or Moroccans worldwide. Okay, so there could be a Moroccan who is in France or a Moroccan who is in Morocco. Okay, so regardless of where the person is residing, so long as they're charged to Morocco, they are counted in this number. All right, the next on the list is Nepal. Nepal is number 2 on the top 10 nationalities who have been issued diversity visas for the 2022 fiscal year. And they have 1,391 total as of date. Okay, remember the data is from the beginning of the 2022 fiscal year, so from October to June. We don't have data for July. We don't have data for August. We don't have data for September. Maybe by the end of the fiscal year, the countries may shift around. But at the moment, Nepal is number 2 with 1,391 total. The third on the list is Algeria. They are on the list with 1,359. So whether the Algerians in Algeria or Algerians who are living in Paris, wherever, worldwide, Algerians, people who have been charged to Algeria, the total number is 1,359. The fourth is Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan is fourth on the list with 1,322 total. So that means that, Uzbekistanis in their country and those who are living in other countries, it's based on nationality. It's not about the embassy, it's about their nationality. Okay, so wherever they are still claiming that nationality. So this is what this table is about. So they are number 4 on the list. Remember, number 1 was Morocco, number 2 was Nepal, and then number 3 was Algeria, number 4 is Uzbekistan. All right, go to number 5. Number 5 is Russia. Russia has 1,031 DVs issued as of date. Okay, so Russians who are going for interviews in Poland, Russians who are going for interviews in other countries, Russians worldwide who are being charged to Russia or who have chargeability as Russia, then that is the total number. It's 1,031, and they are number 5 on the top 10 list. Okay. The next, which is number 6 on the list, is Albania. Albanians have 1,026 DVs issued as of date. So Albanians who are living in other countries, Albanians who are living in Albania, wherever they live at, the total as of date of DVs that have been issued to their nationalities, those citizens, they are 1,026. 7th on the list is Armenia. Armenians, guys, let me tell you something about Armenia. The beginning of the DV2022 year, Armenians were very concerned because the embassy in Yerevan was pretty much quiet, silent. There wasn't much going. But let's look at the numbers, okay? Armenians are number 7 on the list with 867. We'll go to the next one, which is Ukraine. Ukrainians are number 8 on the list. Number 8 on the list. And they have 778 DVs issued as of June. So Ukrainians worldwide, those who were able to get interviews and get their visas in their country, and Ukrainians who have been displaced and going for interviews in other countries, Ukrainians who are already living in other countries going for their interviews there, worldwide number of Ukrainians who have been issued their DVs are 778. Next one, finally, African country on the list is Cameroon. Cameroonians worldwide who have been issued DVs are 732. That is, the only sub-Saharan African country on the list. Okay, 732. Okay, they are not the only African, guys. Let me correct that. They are not the only African country, but they are the only sub-Saharan African country on the list with 732. They are number 9 on the list. Last on the top 10 list is Turkey. Turkish citizens have 643. Run down the list again. We have Morocco, we have Nepal, we have Algeria, we have Uzbekistan, we have Russia, we have Albania, we have Armenia, we have Ukraine, we have Cameroon, and we have Turkey. Okay, number 1 is Morocco, 2 is Nepal, 3 is Algeria, 4 is Uzbekistan, 5 is Russia, 6 is Albania, 7 is Armenia, 8 is Ukraine, 9 is Cameroon, and 10 is Turkey. So worldwide, these are the top 10 nationalities who are getting all the basically most of the DVs that have been issued so far. So these are the nationalities, top countries. The interesting thing to note is that when you look at the visa bulletin for DV 2023 that was just posted, so we have Morocco, Algeria, Nepal, Russia, Uzbekistan. 5 of the countries in the top 10 list, they are treated separate on the visa bulletin. Why is that the case? But we also know that we have Egypt on there, which is not on the top 10 list. We have Iran on there, which is not on the top 10 list. And then, so that's something interesting to see. But now let's get on to Africa, okay? Let's get on to Africa. Right, so now when we go to Africa, we know that, just ranking, we are now ranking the countries based on nationalities, y'all. It is not about the embassy now. It is about the nationalities, the citizens of countries who are getting the most DVs, and I rank them from the highest to the lowest. And guys, I am not comparing this with regards to the number of selectees, okay? So if your country has 3 selectees and they have issued 2 visas, obviously it's going to be against them, okay? Because they're going to be part of the bottom squad, because this is just purely based by the raw numbers. So I'm not making comparison based on the number of selectees. At some point I might mention some of the few countries. Okay, now let's go. The first on the list, as we all know, is Morocco. Okay, we know that Morocco has 1,443 visas that have been issued to Moroccans. Okay, and we know that Morocco is the top country in Africa and also worldwide. Moroccans have been issued 1,443 visas, but when you look at the number of selectees they actually had was 4,138. Algeria is the second on the list, and for the top 10 countries worldwide, Algeria was placed 3rd. So here on this list, Algeria is number 2 in Africa. They have issued 1,359 visas to Algerian citizens. They had 6,001 selectees. So look at the comparison. So sometimes when you're seeing the numbers, we're thinking that, okay, they're giving all the visas to them. They had 6,001 selectees and they have issued 1,359. Okay, so we just compare the numbers. 3rd on the list is Cameroon. So Cameroon has issued 732 visas to Cameroonian citizens worldwide, and Cameroon had 2,656 selectees. So Cameroonians have issued 732 visas to Cameroonian citizens. Okay, 732 visas have been issued to Cameroonians worldwide, but they had 2,656 selectees. Look at the numbers and compare. Okay. Egyptians are number 4 on the African list, and they have 527 visas issued for Egyptians worldwide, and they have 6,005 selectees. Number 5 is the Democratic Republic of Congo. They have Congolese there have 392 visas issued for their citizens or nationalities worldwide, and then they had 3,347 selectees. So 392 and 3,347 selectees. So just compare the numbers. Next will be Sudan. Sudan is 317, and then 6,001 selectees. So 317 Sudanese have been issued their visas versus 6,001 selectees for the DV 2022 fiscal year for them. The next is Rwanda, which is 289. 289 Rwandans have received their visas worldwide versus 983 selectees from Rwanda. Togo has issued 281, and then Togo had 1,119 selectees. So Togo, 281 visas have been issued to Togolese worldwide, and then but 1,119 Togolese were selected. The next is Kenya. 184 visas for Kenyan citizens versus 2,882 winners. The next is Ethiopia. 179 Ethiopians have received their visas versus 2,988 Ethiopians were selected. Okay, so look at the numbers. Go to Benin. 164 Beninois had been issued their visas versus 735 selectees from Benin. The next is Sierra Leone. 156 Sierra Leoneans have received their visas compared to the 271 Sierra Leoneans that were selected. Okay, so looking at how close the number is, it looks like Sierra Leone is doing a pretty good job. Ghana has 112 and they have 3,145 selectees. But guys, these are the numbers. I'll make this information available on my page, Wofoi TV, so that you can go and look at it and see everything that I talked about. But there are some countries that we're not seeing their nationalities on the list. Guys, remember, this is about the nationalities. Lesotho, we haven't seen anybody receive visa from Lesotho, even though there are 8 people were winners there. Eswatini, one person was selected there, but we haven't seen that the person has been interviewed or the person even worked on their case. Okay, Namibia, we're not seeing Namibia on the list. Not sure if any Namibian who has gone for interview, whether the person was refused, because remember, this is based on issuances. So the people who went and were refused, they will not be represented here. It's only for those who have been approved their visas and their nationalities from these countries. So here I'm not Namibia is not represented here. Lesotho is not represented here. Mozambique is not represented here. Comoros, we know that 10 people were selected from Comoros. Sao Tome and Principe, sorry if I didn't pronounce it right. Sao Tome and Principe, that they too have not been represented on here. We don't know whether those people from the people who are selected from these countries, they actually went for interview and things didn't go well, or they haven't even checked to see whether they have been selected. We don't know what is going on with those people. But if you're from any of these countries and you have been selected and you haven't worked on it, please, I know we have a few days left, but if your country has just one selectee, like the person in Eswatini, you can definitely work on your stuff and probably still get your interview. Okay, Lesotho, if you're there and you are a winner or you haven't even checked, go and check. I know time is running out, but there are only 8 people who were selected from your country. So definitely, if you could work on your stuff soon, you could probably get an interview. So the countries that are not represented here, Mozambique, what is happening? Did the 2 people go for interview and didn't get their visas, or what is going on? All right, because you guys, only 2 people, if you definitely show up to interview, probably get your visa if everything is good. All right, as of June last month, so as of June last 2 months, sorry, we're in August now. As of June, 23,656 visas had been issued for all of the DV 2022 winners. 23,656 visas have been issued worldwide for DV 2022 winners as of June. We don't have the data for July. We don't have the data for August. So we know that things may have changed. Some people have received their visas, but we don't have the data, the official data from the State Department website. So let's hang in there. You know, things could change. Okay, we have we have like about a month left, you know, a month and some weeks, you know, we have several weeks left. So hey, anything is possible. Some embassies could increase their intake. Some embassies could do better and change their position on this list. When we look at the number of Africans or people whose chargeability fall in African region, 7,260 visas have been issued to people who are from the African region. Okay, But when we look at the visas that have been issued in posts in Africa, basically visas that have been issued in the African continent, visas that have been issued in African continent, there are 6,585. 6,585. The difference is 675. The difference is 675. This tells you that a lot of the people whose chargeability are AF are having their interview within the African continent. Only a small number of Africans, people who have their chargeability in African countries, are getting their visas outside. As you can see, the number is 675. So that tells you that a lot of the Africans are on the continent. They're attending their interviews on the continent also. So this will be something for State Department to look into it and make sure that there are enough consular officers, the embassies have enough personnel to attend to all of the people going for the interviews there. Because if majority of Africans, we have 40,000, over 40,000 winners from Africa, and if majority of those people are going to have their interview on the African continent, and a lot of the embassies are not, working to the maximum capacity. Some of the embassies don't have many CEOs. Some embassies may even have just one CEO or two CEOs when you have this large number of selectees going there for interviews. So we hope that the State Department will look at this and see that you are selecting a lot of people from the African continent, and then you have embassies that are not equipped to handle this large number of people going there. Only 675 Africans received their visas outside of the continent. So that should tell you that, things need to change a little bit. All right. So guys, thank you so much for sticking around. If you have enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up. Put your comment down below. What do you feel? How do you feel about this analysis or the data that I presented here? How do you feel about it? Is it something that I didn't mention? Is it something that you feel I should dig deeper into? Put that comment down below. But guys, if this is your first time on my channel, please subscribe before you leave, so that and turn on the notification bell, so that whenever I drop a video, you will get notification. Please follow me on Facebook, Ofoi TV, and click the like button when you get on Facebook too. Follow me on Twitter. But guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.